Congratulations and a very warm welcome to you. Thank you for joining my Property Millionaire Academy, and I'm looking forward to helping you get very, very wealthy. This is now the information for you on one of the chosen strategies. As you're aware, I've either chosen 2 strategies for you or 3 strategies, and this is one of the strategies I've chosen for you. So as you know from the course or from the one-to-one, that delayed completions are one of my favourite strategies, because you're controlling property by exchanging or by options. You're holding it while you do the work, you're selling it to a third party, you actually never own it, no stamp duty, no funding costs. Okay, as you're also aware, there are several types, and as one of the types to do for beginners, because it is a serious challenge trying to get an estate agent to accept a deal where you're going to exchange with someone, do it up and let them do the work. So, you know, it's been quite a challenge going to agents and getting them to even accept our offer and put it to the vendor, let alone trusting them to do it in a way where the vendor's actually going to be convinced. So we are going to bypass that. What we're going to do is we're going to use the letter that I've created and that you will have had with the email, if this is your choice, because this is your choice of strategy. You'll get a copy of the letter to send to the agents. Not to the agents, to the vendor. We're going direct to vendor. So the process is you or your VA from Thailand or the Philippines or wherever it is you choose are going to select all the properties in your chosen area that have been on the market for more than 8 weeks that have potential for uplift, whether it's an extension or whether it's doing it up. Do not be sending out to properties that are immaculate. There's no point, there's no uplift for you. The letter basically says, we notice your property's been on the market for a while, and we think we have a way where we can offer you the amount that you're asking and a way where, you know, we can afford to do that and we can make a profit. And if we do make a profit, we'll share some of it with you. We're a little bit more subtle in the letter, but you'll be able to have seen the letter by now. So you send a letter out. You are sending it out to maybe 100, maybe 200, depending on your budget, addresses per week. You're going to get the addresses and looking at the EPC, quite often addresses on there, or the EPC listing. Okay, so you can go to the list of EPCs and get the full addresses, or you can use Street View to get the door numbers. Okay, so that is going to take a while compiling the list on a spreadsheet of the addresses of the properties that you're going to mail. So you're going to send out at least 100 letters a week, if not 200, into your chosen area, and you're going to repeat it and repeat it and repeat it either every week or every 2 weeks for at least 12 weeks before we give up on any one particular property. So the letter's going to go to the vendors, and it suggests that they call you to find out how we can offer what they're asking, despite the agents not being able to secure an offer in that price bracket. And our offer means that they're not going to have to pay the estate agents, so another advantage. Then it's a matter of going and fact finding, jumping on the webinar on a Tuesday, coming and asking me, giving me the situation of the vendors. You need to do what we call the cup of tea meeting with them. You need to find out their inside leg measurement, their waist measurement, everything. You know what I mean, okay? I went and did one the other day and found out that within 5 minutes of going in the house that she was getting divorced. It was her idea. She'd been married for 40 years. She'd been internet dating, was actually leaving her husband, told him 2 weeks ago. and wanting to split up. So we got that information out of what I did within a few minutes of being there. Once you come back with that information, I will be able to come up with a proposal for you to go back to the vendor with. Looking down the lines of delayed completion, maybe we'll put them into rented and we'll pay the rented. Just depends on their circumstances. That's why I need you to find out their circumstances. Sometimes I may be available on the phone, so you can ring the business partner when you're in chatting to them via the cup of tea meeting. So to summarise, we are going to send out letters to people who have been on the market for 8 weeks or more, and continuously send them at least 12 letters inviting them to phone you to see how we can help. You're going to go out, see the vendors. Now, when it comes to sending out the letters, there are various companies out there. iMail is one of them. iMail charge less than the price of a second-hand stamp. They will put the letter into an envelope. They will address the envelope. They will post it, taking and eliminating a lot of time requirement for you, to the vendors, and they will send out to whatever list you want them to send out. So if you're sending out 200 a week, they are doing it. It's going to cost you somewhere in the region of about 50p per letter per time you send them. So with a 50 quid budget going out to 100 people every week for 12 weeks, I can't see any reason why you shouldn't secure at least one deal from that. Once you've got somebody who's willing to do some sort of delayed completion, then obviously we have the solicitor's process to take them through, which I'll walk you through. Make sure that they are understanding that if they go to their solicitors and their solicitor is a conveyancing solicitor or an old school solicitor, that just say to them, they won't be bothered to take the time it takes to come up with a contract to protect you and help you make more money. They'll just say, oh, don't do that. If you don't tell them that, and that they just go to their solicitors and their solicitor said don't do that, you've got a hurdle that's going to be almost impossible to overcome. But if you've pre-framed it and they've gone to their solicitors and their solicitor says no, you can't do that, that's dangerous, or that's not a very good idea, because you've pre-framed it, they'll go, oh yeah, my buyer actually, and they'll think to themselves, oh yeah, my buyer said that if the solicitors couldn't be bothered to come up with a contract to protect them and also to help them make more profit, then they need to go and find a more commercially minded solicitor. So if you don't do that, you'll drop deals. That's the process. Send out the letters, repeatedly, negotiate the deals. And don't forget, you've got to do all the back work first. Make sure you've got to find all the list of properties within your chosen area, hour, 2 hours drive. It's going to take a while to compile that. Once you've got it, send the letters out weekly, go do the appointments, come back to the webinar. I'll help you make tens, hundreds of thousands of pounds in uplift doing that, never having to buy the property, never having to put a mortgage on it. Maybe you're only paying for their rental, but there will be profits, lots of profits. Make sure you only send out to properties that need work, or better still, if you're in a higher value area, one that's got potential for an extension, even if it is only a permitted development extension, because sometimes that can add up to £500,000 on the property, and it's only going to cost you a couple £100,000 to do it. Good luck. You can make a lot of money with this strategy, as with any other strategies. This is one I've chosen for you. Stick at it and you will become very wealthy in quite a relatively short period of time. Welcome to Glenn's Property Millionaire Academy. Take care.